Today we are going to discuss the Log4j vulnerabilities and how to perform mitigation steps on impacted applications running on VMware Tanzu Application Service, as well as the core platform itself. I am Nick Kuhn, and I'm a technical marketing architect working on Tanzu Application Service. Please note, this video was recorded on December 16th, 2021, and due to the ever-changing landscape of the Log4j situation, this video could be considered obsolete the minute it is posted. This video should not be considered to be the single source of truth for all mitigation steps. Please refer to the links below for the latest details on these CVEs before proceeding with any mitigation steps. The following action items need to be taken to address the Log4j vulnerabilities. Partial mitigation can be performed with an environment variable update. Build packs need to be updated to make sure your base container images are mitigated. Application library updates need to be performed to make sure your applications are not vendoring in vulnerable libraries. Tanzu Application Service itself needs to be updated where it makes use of Log4j. We should practice defense in depth to help bolster our overall response to these vulnerabilities. Early on, this mitigation was considered to be a global resolution to the Log4j CVE, but with the advent of the second Log4j CVE, it is no longer considered to be a cure-all. However, it is noted that it does prevent some attack vectors. I only call this out as it is an extremely easy mitigation step to roll out making use of a global environment variable group within Tanzu Application Service. The environment variable mitigation Log4j format message no lookups equal true is a variable that needs to be set for the partial mitigation to take effect. All applications need to be restarted in order to make use of this partial mitigation. This environment variable mitigation applied to applications running Log4j libraries greater than or equal to 2.10. If you are running less than version 2.10, you must upgrade the Log4j library for any level of mitigation. At this time, the correct version of the Log4j library is 2.16.0. Tanzu Application Service gives operators two key components in order to rapidly push this partial mitigation out: the ability to set global environment variables at the platform layer, and a very easy path to minimal or zero downtime application restarts. Now let's get into the Tanzu Application Service CLI, aka the CF CLI, to start the remediation process. First, we need to check if we have any existing running environment variable groups on the platform. As you can see, we have no existing variable groups, so we can move to the next step. If you have existing variable groups, you need to include them in your next line, as they will be overwritten if not. Now let's apply the running environment variable group with the Log4j partial mitigation at the platform layer with one CF-CLI command. Now that the environment variable is set, we can restart our application for the partial mitigation to take effect. We're going to use cf restart appname -- strategy rolling to do a rolling restart of the application to avoid or minimize application downtime. Now let's use cf ssh to pass the env command to our container and ensure it has loaded the variable properly. All applications must be restarted in order to use this new environment variable and be partially protected against the CVEs. You can also apply environment variables at the individual application level if you do not want to apply at the global level. This is a critical first step at defending against the Log4j vulnerabilities, but more action needs to be taken. All Log4j libraries need to be updated to version 2.16.0 per the guidance of the Apache Foundation in order to have full protection. Build packs are an extremely valuable component of Tanzu Application Service because they take the burden of container management off the operations and development teams. They are the magic behind the scenes when you do a CF push to the platform. Based on your source code, the build packs automatically detect and build a secure container image on your behalf. It was identified that some third-party agents used in the build packs on Tanzu Application Service made use of vulnerable Log4j libraries and need to be patched. Operators need to simply upload new versions of the build pack via manual upload or perform a platform upgrade to get fixed versions of the build packs. If you are unfamiliar with the platform, think of it as the platform building, updating, and maintaining your Docker images on your behalf. For more information on Log4j and how build packs are impacted, see the link below. I am going to show manually updating my Java build pack to version 4.45. At this time, this is the version that should include the latest libraries to address both Log4j CVEs. but this is always subject to change. Now that the build pack is updated, you can use it to do a CF restage app name -- strategy rolling to rebuild your application container on the platform. This will mitigate any impacted items at the base container level included by the build packs. Any new deployed applications will make use of the new version by default. The build pack process will not replace vulnerable libraries that are vendored or packaged with application source code. If a custom application is using a vulnerable Log4j version, the code must be remediated to use Log4j 2.16.0 or follow recommendations from the Apache Foundation. Let's download the application container image from a suspected application. Now that the droplet, or the container image, is downloaded locally, let's use the Gripe security scanner to see if the image is impacted. Based on the results, we can see that the application is impacted and is using Log4j 2.14. We need to update the application source code to make use of the new Log4j libraries. If we flip over to the source code, we can add some additional dependencies in the build.gradle file and recompile the application. Special thanks to Stack Overflow for the code block used here. Now let's rebuild the app with Gradle clean assemble. And we can rescan the source code with Gripe again to see if the Log4j vulnerabilities are gone. It looks like they're clear, so we should be able to repush the version of our application to the platform. Let's use CF push to do that.
That was easy.
After the push, let's confirm it's running on the latest version of our Java build pack 4.45. To triple check that our application is now running clean versions of the Log4j libraries, let's CF SSH into the running application. You can see now that it is indeed running with Log4j 2.16.0 libraries now. Tanzu Application Service requires core platform updates in areas that are using Log4j. Tanzu Application Service utilizes BOSH, an infrastructure and code management tool, to rebuild and upgrade itself in a highly automated fashion. As of now, we have upgrades for Operations Manager and Tanzu Application Service that should address both CVEs. See the links below for the latest details and visit TanzuNet to get the new versions. Get your apply changes rolling. I also want to call out our VMware engineering teams. They have been working tirelessly around the clock to roll out these updates as fast as possible. As all great practitioners, we should always strive to deploy multiple layers of defense in terms of security. BOSH has a great feature called Recreate All, or Repave. This Recreate All recreates all infrastructure components from immutable compiled packages. All VMs, all container images, all platform configurations can be recreated on the fly without incurring downtime. This may be a great solution to make use of frequent repaves until you know your applications are mitigated. You can use repave to get a frequent clean state. Also, the Log4j CVEs rely on inbound and outbound communication, so devices like web application firewalls, and intrusion and detection and prevention systems may prevent and detect some of these attacks before they make it to your applications. AVI network users can make use of WAF definitions to help mitigate these attacks. NSX users can use IDS and IPS features to further expand mitigation efforts as well. See the links posted for more information on AVI and NSX. I know not a lot of us have gotten much sleep this past week, but hang in there. These are some high-level steps to mitigate and defend against the Log4j CVEs with Tanzu Application Service and the applications running on it. Your mileage may vary based on your specific situation, but I hope this video helps. As always, please refer to the official links for current information on this matter. Thank you. If you'd like more information on Tanzu Application Service, please visit tanzu.vmware.com.